Man, this just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Uh, I know people ain't gonna believe me again. I mean, all the time, weird things happen. You know, luckily I've got a couple on camera, so, you know, can't totally dismiss it. Weird things tend to happen to me for some reason. And here's another one. Look at my beard, okay? Scorpion, number 3. And I just read in here, and it tells Ezekiel he's going to live amongst the scorpions, but you be not afraid. And then in Isaiah or Ezekiel 5, dude, it is just so crazy. Because the other night, I had a vision of this, dude, and it went through my mind. And now I read it's in this book, and it's freaky. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it meant. I didn't even know it was anything. Then all of a sudden, I've been just following connecting the dots, man. Like I was saying in the other video, like the picture where you connect the dots, it makes a picture if you know the order in which the dots connect. So here we go. Thou son of man, take thee a sharp knife, take thee a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon thine head, and upon thy beard. Then take thee balances to weigh, and divide the hair. Thou shalt burn with fire a third part in the midst of the city, when the days of the siege are fulfilled. And thou shalt take a third part, and smite it about with a knife, and a third part thou shalt scatter in the wind, and I will draw out a sword after them. Thou shalt take thereof in a few number, and bind them in thy skirts, and take them again, and cast them into the midst of the fire, and burn them in the fire. I mean, I really had a vision of this, and it's weird. I don't know why it was out of nowhere. I felt like shaving my face. Shall burn it with fire in the third part in the midst of the city, when the days of the siege are fulfilled. And thou shalt take a third part, and smite it about with a knife, and the third part thou shalt scatter in the wind, and I will draw out a sword after them. Thou shalt take thereof a few number, and bind them in thy skirt, then take them again, and cast them in the midst of the fire, and burn them in the fire. For thereof shall fire come forth unto all the house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord God, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of nations and countries that are round about her. And she hath changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. For they have refused my judgments and my statutes, and they have not walked in them. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, because ye multiplied more than the nations round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have you done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee, in the sights of the nations. And I will do in thee that which I have not done, and whereunto I will not do any more the like, because of all thine abominations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee. Does that not sound like Walking Dead zombie apocalypse? And it also sounds like the judgment on the giant sons too. And I was just thinking that, listen, mankind is going to get smited like the giants did. And the giant sons, God told the watchers, like, look, you're going to watch your sons kill each other. Same thing with mankind, because mankind's just running greedily after his own destruction. And that's what exactly is what's going to happen to us. But anyway, in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant of thee I will scatter into all the winds. Wherefore, as I live, saith God, the Lord God, surely because thou hast defiled my sanctuary with all thy detestable things, and with all thine abominations, therefore I will also diminish thee, neither shall mine eye spare, neither will I have any pity. A third part of thee shall die with the pestilence and with the famine, and they shall be consumed in the midst of thee. And a third part shall fall by the sword round about thee, and I will scatter a third part into all the winds, and I will draw out a sword after them. Thus mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and I will be comforted, and they shall know that I the Lord have spoken it in my zeal, when I have accomplished my fury in them. Moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations that are round about thee, and in the sight of all that pass by. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt and an instruction and an astonishment unto all the nations that are round about thee. And when I shall execute judgments in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes, I the Lord have spoken it. And I will send upon them evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction. And I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. So I send upon your famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Did really crazy. It's weird. I mean, this is just it couldn't have been more than 2 days ago that this happened to me. Alright, I'm gonna continue on. The 6 is off the looks like no, this whole thing right here is no joke. I guess this is my new the time of trouble is near. That's Ezekiel 7, the time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, the female contender against God. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face toward the mountains of Israel, prophesy against them, and say, Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. The mountains of Israel, is that like Mount Hermon, where the watchers came down? But ye hear the word of the Lord God. Thus saith the Lord to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and the valley, Behold, even I will bring a sword upon you, and destroy your high places. Man, that's like Cali getting knocked into the ocean, basically. But this is why. And your altars shall be desolate, like the American Stonehenge. Listen, your images shall be broken, like your Catholic statues over there in the Vatican. And the Washington Monument. I will cast down your slain men before your idols, and I will lay the dead carcasses of your children Israel before their idols, and I will scatter your bones round about your altars. And look, they really build altars out of bones like the dark Illuminati cult, death cults do. And all your dwellings in the city shall be laid waste, and the high places shall be desolate, that your altars may be laid waste and made desolate, like all them statues and shit they got in all the cities like Washington, D.C. Made desolate, and your idols may be broken and cease, and your images shall be cut down, and your works may be abolished, like Lucifer, like the statue of Lucifer, the Statue of Liberty. And the slain shall fall in the midst of you, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Yet will I leave a remnant, that ye may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations. When ye shall be scattered throughout the countries, and that they escape of you shall remember me among the nations, which they shall carry captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart. They have departed from me, and with their eyes they go whoring after their idols. So in this case, this ain't just whoredoms. This is actual spiritual whoredoms. Way worse, way worse. It leads to all other whoredoms, basically. Let me see. And they shall know I am the Lord, and that I have not said in vain, I would do this evil unto them. Thus saith the Lord God, Smite with thine hand, and with the stamp with thy foot, and say, Alas, for all the evil abominations of the house of Israel, they shall fall by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. He that is far off shall die of the pestilence, and he that is near shall fall by the sword. He that remaineth is besieged shall die by the famine. Thus I will accomplish my fury upon them. This really sounds like zombie apocalypse, Walking Dead. You know, I mean, it's pretty scary. I think this also talks about the Valley of the Dead, the Rephaim, the vampires too in this book. So this is um, I will accomplish my fury upon them. Then shall ye know I am the Lord, and when their slain men shall be among their idols round about their altars upon every high hill, like their their pyramid geoglyphs, uh, in the tops of all the mountains, like Tibet, uh, under every green tree, like the Druids, under every thick oak, more Druidic type shit, every place where they did offer sweet savor to all their idols. I will stretch out my hand upon them, and make the land desolate, ye more desolate than the wilderness toward Diblah, and in all their habitations they shall know that I am the Lord. Yeah, it's like, look, this is raw dog material. I guess I'm gonna have to get back to my deeper biblical searching. I'm gonna have to search out all the prophets again. You know what I'm saying? Because every year or so, you go back to the things you researched before, and new things become clear that were previously obscure. That's the nature of the Bible. Like I've made many references of how to study it and how to learn it from my understanding, and I'm pretty learned in it. But I'm no expert. I'm just a high level novice basically, and I get this much out of everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you gotta start somewhere, man. So I mean, I don't know, man. There's not a lot of time, man. So I don't see how people are going to be able to have the time to really learn. They don't have the time to actually learn the shit they need to know to really get all this stuff to make sense. That's why I guess these people are going to have faith, and they're going to have to, I don't know, they're going to have to put their faith in the right things, man. And hopefully you'll meet the right people who can interpret this more difficult information. I mean, I need people like that myself. Like I said, man, you know, uh, I'm just a higher level novice, basically. But I know enough. That's enough to give me something to work with, in my opinion. And I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. It's been a weird few days. It feels like time's compressed. It feels like it's weird. It feels like divine appointment. Like this is meant to happen for some reason, and I can't understand it. I can't explain it. Can't put my finger on it, but something weird is going on. It feels like life's fucking with me again, which always lets me know is like there's just pay attention. Like, you just don't expect anything. Expect the unexpected, basically. So that's where we're at right now, and it seems everything's relevant to everything. It's getting that weird, you know. How does that happen? Everything's becomes relevant to everything. Who's reached that stage? It's weird that you can know things like that, and how much it messes with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Having to carry that much, knowing that much. That's one of the struggles that I have, is just walking around with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Day to day. But hey, something's working about it. Something's right about it. You know what I'm saying? Despite of all the hard, that's when you start meeting a lot of resistance. That's when you know you must be on the right track. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I go for when people stop, or when I stop seeing resistance. Oh, I'm doing something wrong.